What's up guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to use your motionflex Jitter templates. Now if you're not familiar with Jitter, it's a motion graphics design tool, really easy to use, a lot easier than something like After Effects. It's all in the browser, there's nothing to download, nothing to install, it's free to start with, and it just makes it really easy just to jump in and create your own animations. It's kind of got a similar layout to tools that you might be used to like Framer, Figma, Canva. So it's very user-friendly, and I found that it's perfect for creating things like show reels to showcase your work, whether it's a mobile app, a website, or brand guidelines or visual identities. So if you jump on over to motionflex.video, you'll see that we've curated some premium templates just to get you started already, so you don't have to start from scratch. Whether you're showing off something landscape like a website or brand guidelines, or whether you're showing off a mobile app or mobile website, we've got templates to get you going here. And we've even got showcase templates that have kind of a combination between desktop and mobile. And you can actually see like underneath here an example of the template in action. And what's great about these templates is there are 3 sizes included. So depending on what you're creating your video for, it's in 4x3, 9x16, which is great for Instagram and TikTok, and then 16x9 if you're creating a video for something like YouTube. Now, once you've chosen your template and downloaded it, you'll receive a PDF file, and in that PDF file, you'll see 3 links, one for each size template, so 16x9, 9x16, and 4x5. So let's get going with 16x9. Once the template opens, you won't be able to edit this because it's the master file, but you will be able to just play it and see the template. So in order to actually edit, you'll need to create an account on Jitter, which is free to start with, and then all you need to do is click duplicate to edit. Now you'll see it says remix and you are good to go. So you can see a timeline here, and if you just open up the layers on the left here, again, very simple layout similar to Figma, for example, you'll see 7 screens. That means we can showcase 7 different screens here. So either 7 screens of your website or 7 different websites, or 7 pages of or 7 slides of your presentation, or whatever it might be. And if you want, you can get into the details and you can mess around with like the timings of how fast it is, or you can even add in more screens if you want to do. But for now, I think the 7 screens is pretty cool. We'll hit play here and we can just see it in action. And basically what you need to do is just replace the assets with your own screens. So all of these placeholders here are 16x9. So ideally you want, something like 1920 by 1080 resolution. So as long as it's 16x9, then it will just fit into this shape perfectly. And all you need to do is select the screen and just hit replace media, and then replace it with your assets, whether it's a video or it's an image. It doesn't really matter, it supports both. So I'll just show you some tips on how best to capture your assets. So let's just say you want to showcase a website in this template. Go over to your website, and it's always great if you've got a bit of motion in your website because it kind of brings the whole template to life. If not, it's not a problem at all. You can always just scroll the page and you'll get motion that way. Now what you want to do is make sure we're capturing this screen in exactly 16x9 so that it fits the placeholder perfectly. In order to do that, we just need to go to View, Developer Tools. This is in Google Chrome, but do the equivalent in whichever browser you're using. And in here, you can just choose your resolution at which you're showing. I've got a preset here, which is Full HD, but which is basically 1920 by 1080. But you can just change it to responsive and just manually type in 1920 by 1080. And then you are good to go. So this is the screen which we're going to capture. And then you want to just screen capture in something like QuickTime. So if you go to File, New Screen Recording, and then you can just basically grab the handles and make sure you're wrapping around the video exactly. You can even see the resolution here as I'm dragging it. So that resolution basically needs to be exactly 16x9. Ratio, you can use a ratio calculator if you want to get it exact, but I'm just going to do it really quickly here just to show you. And then you just got to hit record. Now we're recording. If you want to do, you can do a bit of scrolling. You could even like click and drag just to get it a bit smoother. So yeah, looks good to me. And then we jump back into our template here. And let's go back to the beginning. Let's start with screen 2 because this is the one that's on from the beginning. And all we've got to do is hit replace media, choose the video, and we hit play. There we go. And if you want, you can even go down to the timeline and just set that video to start like a few seconds in. If you don't want to trim it, you can trim it before you upload it, but if you want it just to start a few seconds in so you get that scrolling animation before, then you can just do that there. Now I'm just going to fast forward and populate this template with screens that I recorded earlier. So here is one that I prepared earlier. Let's see how it looks. That is looking pretty good. One thing to bear in mind is that your clips are going to be playing off the screen. So if you replace screen 6, for example, with a set like a 9-second clip, then it's going to be towards the end of the video recording that you did by the time you actually see that screen. So what I would recommend is actually recording much longer videos, so 20-second long screen recordings, and then that way you know that the video is going to continuously play right until the end of the actual template video. The start offset function works really well if you want to start the video from a later point, but just bear in mind, if you start a video too late into the whole clip, then the clip will probably run out. So this screen here, for example, let's just say we start it from 5 seconds in and we then hit play, and you'll see already that the clip isn't actually long enough anymore, and then it basically disappears from the actual canvas. So again, just make sure that your clips are actually long enough. You can change that back to 9 seconds, and then yeah, you won't have that issue. Recording for mobile screens is just as easy. So you just choose dimensions and then choose, say, iPhone 12 Pro, and then start the screen recording as you normally would. So bring up screen recording, and again, just pull the handles to wrap around the video, and then hit record. And if you want, you can even just do screenshots. So just click the 3 dots at the top right and just choose capture screenshots, and then it will just save wherever you want. Put them all in a folder, and then let's see one I prepared earlier, and this one here is just using screenshots, and you can see looks pretty cool. Once you're finished with your template, all you need to do is click export, and then you can export at different resolutions here, and you can even export as a GIF or as a Lottie file. So you can even create animations for your websites and for things like Framer. You can export up to 720p on the Jitter free plan. Anything above that, you'll need to be on the Jitter pay plan. Hope you enjoyed that, guys. Looking forward to seeing what you create.